All right guys, Steve with Major Muscle here. Today we're going to cover the topics of protein. When it comes to supplements guys, protein is pretty much in everyone's regimen. It can be used whether you're dieting for like trying to get lean for a show, trying to lean out for vacation. It can be used if you're trying to build a little bit of muscle. It can also be used too like if you've had like some type of surgery to where you have to eat like a really lean protein. Even if you're not working out, protein's very good for aging individuals, just for like muscle retention. So we're gonna go over some real basic things, guys. I have a couple different examples of some proteins here. The first thing that I kind of want to cover with proteins is what to look for in a protein, because one of the first things that I hear when people come in is, well, what's a good clean protein, or do you have one that's low in sugars? So I want to kind of let you decide what protein you think would be best for yourself whenever you come in. But like here, for instance, guys, we have the animal whey here. Animal whey is what we call an isolate concentrate blend. So basically, guys, whenever we have whey protein, whey concentrate is basically a rough extraction from milk. Still has a little bit of lactose and cholesterol to it, but some of the benefits of whey concentrate would be that it actually has some probiotics in it that are really good for digestion. So they can actually help aid in the digestion of a lot of proteins that are in them. But where we kind of get, I guess, a little con of whey concentrate is like if you go to like these big chain stores and find these proteins, a lot of times they're full whey concentrates. And the issue with those is a lot of times if you're like lactose intolerant, or even if you have a lot of concentrate at one time, it can kind of make you a little bloated or gassy. So that's why here at Major Muscle we carry not full concentrates. We carry stuff like this where you actually have isolate and concentrate, because with concentrates, like I said, they can have a little bit of digestive issues, but they're also cost effective. Now when you purify that concentrate and kind of take away majority of the lactose and cholesterol, you get what's called whey isolate, because it's been isolated from the impurities that are in that protein. And at that point, even people who are like lactose intolerant can take whey protein, or if you're just trying to really watch calories, whey isolates are typically leaner. But at the same time, since we've purified it, remember we've removed some of those probiotics that are good for digestion away from the whey concentrate. So like with this one here, guys, like I said, you use concentrate and isolate. For a majority of the population, proteins like this are just fine. Even myself, I tend to use a lot of whey concentrate and isolate blends with themselves. I don't always make it a point to get full isolates. Now if you just want like the best all the time, or if you're like prepping for something, then definitely do with whey isolate. Now this protein here is what we call full isolate here. There's no concentrate proteins to it. With an isolate, like I said, it's even people who are lactose intolerant can take it, very easily digested, and they're also leaner. So if you're, like I said, if you're really trying to watch the macros, these guys are definitely useful. How I typically use isolates myself is like, say for instance, like if I'm trying to add some mass, with my meal, sometimes I find it hard to get 7-8 ounces of protein down. So I kind of tend to find balance. So I'll do like 5 ounces of protein, but maybe with like 1 scoop of an isolate protein. So that way, I don't feel like I'm having to cram food down a lot of times. And then our last one that we have is actually the V-Pro, which is basically a plant-based protein. With plant-based proteins, you kind of get away from the whole lactose issue. Vegan proteins, a lot of times use protein sources from like brown rice, pea protein, spirulina. It just depends on the brand which one they use. But like with the vegan protein, it's even people who are not, vegan can use it. I usually recommend, proteins like this for people just for the fact to diversify your protein sources. So instead of eating chicken all the time, chicken, you can do like, a serving of chicken for one meal, serving of beef, serving of plant protein. So that way you just kind of, leave your body open to that, protein response on there, because with different proteins, you have different amino acid profiles that your body can respond to for like better recovery. Now, when it comes to proteins, guys, one of the things I always tell people is most people, when they shop for a protein, they look at this. What a smarter person will do is they will look at this. Smartest person will look at the amino acid profile. 90% of the population doesn't know how to do that. So where a lot of protein companies try and get you is by this thing called amino spiking. And I know here in San Antonio that's kind of been an issue here. So what proteins used to do a long time ago to kind of get by because supplements are not FDA approved is they used to just, hey guys, we'll tell them, hey, it's got 20 grams of protein and no sugar. So what they used to do is just, what the heck with it, we'll add, 15 grams of sugar and 2 grams of protein. But, a lot of times, these companies were getting busted for doing that. So, they're real sneaky and they try to find ways to kind of, get one over and reduce costs. So what protein companies have done that are not reputable or credible is they say, okay, we know that all of these amino acid numbers should add up to the amount of protein that's in here. But the thing is, guys, there's particular amino acids in here, like EAAs, for instance, that are very valuable for an active person to kind of keep high in their protein diet, but they're also very pricey. So a lot of companies, what they do is they manipulate these amino acid numbers to where a lot of the costly, more effective ones are lowered and your cheaper, less effective ones are inflated. So yes, the numbers still add up to the 22 grams of protein or whatever it says, but it's a less effective 22 grams of protein on there. And a lot of times if a company's done it once, they do it repeated times. So that's why, guys, it's important to shop where, you kind of trust, the protein brands. Here at Major Muscle, we do ask for third-party testing on all the products. There's not a product on the shelf that has a history of amino spiking in it, but I can tell you guys, amino spiking is, it's kind of like, going to, pay for a Ferrari, but, someone's put, a little four-cylinder engine in it and you don't really get what you pay for. And that's what happens whenever you buy an amino spike protein, guys. So just, do your homework, guys. Be aware of protein companies that have, had a history of that. And like I said, if you have any questions about our protein, guys, just come in and ask for us and we'll be more than happy to help guide you to a good, clean protein.